it's Lisa here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making blueberry muffins. They're WW blueberry muffins, and I've got the recipe here on a recipe card, which if you go along to a Weight Watchers studio, they give you each week a recipe, and on the back there's some well-being, well, there's always a different well-being topic, and actually they're really well presented, the information, and then if you stay for the talk at the workshop, then it's based on the information on the back there. And as a therapist myself, it's really good. It's very action focused and also very thoughtfully put together. Really, it's quite inclusive. So that's one of the cards, and as you see, I've got quite a few that I've collected. The information is also available online for members as well, which of course is how we're all accessing it at the moment. I have here, I've had this for absolutely ages. It's so handy. It's a recipe book holder, and it just enables you to see what you're doing as you go along, and it also protects, if it's a book, from any splashes. So I've got that. So blueberry muffins. The recipe is for 8, and they're 4 points each on blue, if anybody out there is tracking their points, Weight Watchers. Okay, so this is a cook along with me video, and I'm going to make blueberry muffins today. Okay, well, thank you very much for everyone who's commented on my previous videos, my halloumi curry and my banana and oat pancake recipes. It's great to have your feedback and comments, so I'm glad that you enjoyed them, and during this lockdown I thought, why not? Well, let's cook along with me blueberry muffins, which is what I'm going to make for myself today. Actually, I will be offering some to a neighbour as well. I won't be eating all of them, and they do last for a little while as well. Okay, so first instruction, preheat the oven. I've got a fan oven, so I'm actually not going to put that on immediately because otherwise you won't be able to hear me. So that's that. Line a muffin tin with 8 cases. There you are. You can see that I've done that. And some of you might notice that there's more than 8 there. What I tend to do, this recipe that I've made a couple of times before, is for me it makes more cakes. So you can work out, and the points are a little bit less if you do that as well. So that's what I usually do. So I've got that ready. So instruction number 2, sift the flour, baking powder and salt into a large mixing bowl. I don't usually sift the flour, but seeing as we're in lockdown and I've got you with me, I thought that today I would. So it's 150 grams of plain flour. What I've done today is I've got all the ingredients out of the back. There's also some fruit and vegetables there that you can see from my odd box, which I've laid out there ready to use up. So they're not going in the blueberry muffins. Okay, right, so that's 0 the scales. And off the spin. So 150 grams. Okay, right. That's that. Flour, actually, there's been a few things during this lockdown that have been difficult to get, and currently it's flour in southeast London. Well, actually, I think it's been in short supply for a while in this area, but because I tend to keep plenty of things like that last for a while, I've got plenty in my cupboard, fortunately. So flour, baking powder, which is a tablespoon of baking powder, orange scoop. I've taken the lids off everything, make it a bit easier for myself and for you watching as well. So a teaspoon of baking powder, so that goes into there. And if you watched my last video, you'll know that I tend to wash up as I go along. I find that easier. Although I've got a dishwasher, a lot of these plastic things don't really go so well in the dishwasher. I don't find they kind of slip through, and it's just, and some of them take up a lot of space. So I tend to do the washing up while I'm baking. Also, I've got a beautiful view of my garden, and so it's no hardship really, and there's usually a bit of downtime, isn't there, in cooking. So that's that. So we've got that in there, and salt, pinch of salt. Actually, this is rock salt, but anyway, I'll just put a bit of that in. I don't always put the salt in cakes, to be honest, because we're told, aren't we, that most of us eat too much salt and that we should reduce it down. So, but again, because you're with me, I thought I'll follow the recipe. Okay, right, so that's that. Pop that over there. So, baking powder. In a separate large bowl, whisk together the egg, milk, and melted spread, caster sugar and vanilla essence. So quite a few things. So I'm going to use my Amex hand blender, which I love. So I'll be, instead of in a bowl, I'll be using this. Okay, so the egg, into there. With eggs, I'm going to pop the shell in my food waste bin, which is not in view for you, just down here. Okay, I always wash my hands after egg. Vanilla essence. How much of that was it? 1 teaspoon. Actually, what recipes seem to say 1 teaspoon? That's the blue little spoon. There we are. So that goes into there. Milk, which is 100 ml. Swap these over. Okay, so I just put 100 grams, so I just find it easier way of organising myself. Okay, pop that back in the fridge. Oh, are you going to see the coloured pom-poms today? Okay, camera's too far forward. There we are. So that's that. Caster sugar. So it says golden caster sugar, 30 grams. I've just got white caster sugar actually. I don't suppose it'll make too much difference. So, this is a Weight Watchers recipe. There's a bit less sugar than the regular recipes for this kind of thing. Actually, yeah, so something like that. It's quite hard for me to do in my dystonia, so I'll just leave that down. So 30 grams. Most things apart from what they describe as melted low-fat spread, 30 grams or 50 grams actually. I did mean to pop that in the microwave before I started the video, which I haven't, so I'm going to do that now. It will make a little bit of a noise, so I'm sorry about that. Actually, do you want to turn around so you can see me? There we are. You can see all the light coming in. It's a bit of a mixed day compared to some of the really sunny days we've had, but we've had some beautiful sunshine. move my phone charging cable out of the way. So that is just melting. It melts pretty quickly, as you'll know if you've done this before. You really need to keep your eye on it. Give it a bit of a stir. Doesn't really melt. Oh, I've looked up to talk to you and you've gone. You're looking at the sink. Right, you're back here with me now. And so it doesn't melt that evenly in the microwave. So just by giving it a little bit of a stir. Actually, that's pretty much perfect. Quite often I find I overdo it, but this has worked out very nicely. So that you pour into there. Okay. So now this is going to be whisked together. With the Bamex, I've actually got the chopping blade on there at the moment. Although I love this, changing the blades and things, absolutely, if you have one or something similar, make certain it is not plugged in when you're doing it for obvious reasons. So I'm always ultra careful with that. So the whisk is this one here. And so I'm just going to swap that over. Quite an easy job to do. Okay, excellent. So that's done. It's got a little compartment at the back. You actually the little blades. Plug that in there. This is one of the reasons I love this, because it is super quick, as you will see. It's super quick if you have it switched on. Actually, the butter, it was, yeah, actually, I'm just going to do it a bit longer. Okay, right. So that is done. It's kind of, it's separating a little bit. Don't remember it doing that last time. Anyway, hopefully it's going to be all right. Oh, I'm supposed to bang this too much. Okay, right. Just over here. What's great about the Bamex is that you just rinse it off. Okay, so we've got these two things. Add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and whisk together. Now, this is where it becomes a little bit more difficult if you use the jug. And some of these things I remember from the learning that I had when I was doing my catering degree. It can make a difference, particularly with cakes and things, but actually, to be honest, whisk together. Being careful not to over mix, fold in the blueberries. I'm just going to put them both in. I'm just going to do it this way around. I did it that way. And hope for the best, but it turns out okay, particularly as you are cooking along with me. So, because it does say whisk together, so do this again. If you're using this in another type of bowl, you have to be a bit careful if you've got the chopping blade on, which I haven't, because it goes so fast. You have to make sure you don't chop off any kind of plastic bits that are sticking up at the bottom of the bowl. Right, okay, so let's do this. Being careful not to over whisk, so I'm going to do it on the lowest one. This is starting to look yummy. I do love a bit of cake, I have to say. as you can see, I'm just using it really to stir it actually at the moment. My sense is that it doesn't actually need to be whisked per se. I could have just done it with a spoon actually. This is unfortunate because now I've got half the mixture on here. Just like that. Actually quite a lot in there. Sometimes with cooking, creative activities, a bit of patience is required. Don't want to leave any cake in the machine. Okay, right, I think that's enough. So, you can see. That's what it's looking like. Just make sure that we've got, actually there's a bit of flour at the bottom still. Yeah, I don't think this needs to be whisked. Just stir gently, I would say. And then the final thing, put in the blueberries, 150 grams of blueberries, I think it says. But I didn't have 150 grams, or 200, that's right, 200, and I've got slightly less than 150. But at the moment, lockdown, no top-up shops, no popping around the corner to pick up a few more blueberries. As I'm in London, that's what I would usually do. So, stir those in. Oh, yummy. Adding all those lovely nutrients and vitamins, fibre from the blueberries amongst the sugary cake mix. Okay, right, and then divide the mixture between the muffin cases and scatter the demerara sugar. Okay, so the cases that I prepared earlier. And I'm going to put that in. So again, this will take a bit of time. Oops, I was going to say you can have a look and watch if you like. There we are, you can see a little bit better then. Not see me, but that's probably not necessarily a bad thing. You see what I'm doing. So, yeah, a few less blueberries than it would have been, which I can see that more actually. I'm thinking as there's less blueberries, I might not split the mixture into as many cakes as I was intending actually. So otherwise some of them might not have any blueberries in them. That's not going to be very good, is it? A blueberry muffin without any blueberries. Okay, right. I'll just tell you while I'm doing this. This morning I went on my exercise walk, which I've started doing recently. Initially I was just a bit scared about going out and all the messages about staying in and everything, and I just thought, well, actually, I'm quite happy to stay and do my bit. But then as time went on, I realised that actually I need to actually be doing some walking so that I'm able to, get out a bit more. And I went to, which is actually very near to here, Blythe Hill Fields. And whilst I was there, I can put it so you can see me as well. No, actually not probably. Whilst I was there, which was, well, I left before 6 o'clock in the morning, I did a recording for you, my YouTube viewers, a relaxation recording, because it was so lovely up there. It was just so peaceful, and it was really amazing. You get some amazing views from there, and to be able to see central London. So I did a recording, a hypnotic recording that I just created, just off the top of my head, 6 o'clock in the morning. So, and which I have actually uploaded to my channel with some pictures of the park and things, which was looking stunning, very green and very kind of, yeah, that real spring has sprung sense. And that will be going live on my channel probably before this one actually. So it's a 10-minute recording to help you feel relaxed and feel calm. It's got some suggestions in it about the future and about feeling more able to cope and feeling positive and optimistic about the future. When we hear things like that while we're relaxing, it really helps our subconscious mind to take on those suggestions really in a way that's helpful and beneficial for us. I always say that in my hypnosis work. So I hope that you enjoy listening to that and that you find it beneficial. I found it really beneficial doing it. Kind of coming back in after having the fresh air, seeing those amazing views, and kind of gone into hypnosis myself whilst making the video was a very lovely experience. Okay, right then. So, I've actually got 9 cakes. To show you there. And then just sprinkling on demerara sugar on the top. And I guess if you were the kind of person who, well, not the kind of person, but if you are currently cutting down on the amount of sugar that you're eating, this step is not essential. Probably makes them look quite nice when they're coming out the oven. Adds a little bit of crunch, I would think, but not essential. So there we are. So that's how you make Weight Watchers blueberry muffins. What I'm going to do now is I am going to turn on the oven, which will be quite noisy, and I'm going to do the washing up. So if you like watching along, you've got time on your hands, feel free to do that. If not, you can fast forward to the end and see how the muffins turn out. Okay. Check the temperature, 180. Is it me? Most things seem to be 180 with a fan oven, but anyway. So I turn that on. It doesn't take too long to warm up. That's one of the good things about fan ovens. And there we are. You can see the sink. And I'll get on with the washing up whilst looking down the garden. I might talk to you, but I'm not sure you're going to be able to hear me actually. So anyway, right. So I keep the water here ready. It's going to go in the recycling. So beautiful out there, honestly, it really is. We've had a bit of rain the last couple of days, the first rain that we've had, and so it's cleaned everything up, you know, and it just looks really fresh, really vibrant, and it just really is quite amazing out there. So not too much washing up actually from this recipe, which is good. Really, it's nice to get it done whilst the cooking is in progress. Although, as you know, my cooking actually isn't in progress because the oven's just warm up. One of the secrets to washing up, you probably know this, is having really nice hot water. It makes such a difference. mine is a little bit cooler because I got it ready before I started the cooking, before I started the video and talking to you. But it really does. And I generally, if I've got a few things, I always rinse them off first. I like them to be all prickly. And I think because I'm using a dishwasher, which everything comes out of the dishwasher is lovely and clean, doesn't it? So when I'm doing a hand washing, make it nice and clean as well. And I remember when I was at school actually, we had a home economics teacher. And that was one of the questions she asked. It's funny what comes to your mind when you're vlogging. One of the questions she asked us was, what order do you do the washing up? And I remember, because I often didn't really speak out in class, but I remember that for some reason I did on that occasion, and I thought that you would do the glasses first. Mum and Dad like a bit of a drink, so we had a few glasses. Not in an unhealthy way, I hasten to add, but it's, as I'm saying, I'm thinking, oh, should we thought? And actually that was the wrong answer. Well, it wasn't completely wrong, but because actually the answer the teacher was looking for. And generally I don't really say people's names, but I think it was so many years ago, I would imagine she's probably not with us anymore, I expect, because she was an older lady at that time. It was a home economics teacher, and her name was Mrs. Crawford Jones. And so her answer to that was actually, you do the cleanest things first. And yeah, I don't know why that came to mind. I expect that's what most people instinctively do anyway, but that's the kind of thing we learned in home economics in, well, way back then, really. Can't even remember what year it was myself. Right, okay, so I think this is probably warm enough to put in the muffins now. So, I cleaned between my oven glass door the other day, if you watched the video where I mentioned that. Right, okay, so these can go in. And they cook for 25 to 30 minutes, it says. So I'm looking around to find my phone to put the timer on, but it's on my tripod for the video. So what I'm going to do instead, I don't know if this will work from here, I don't think it will actually. Alexa, timer, 15 minutes. She's saying something, but I don't think she can quite hear me. I'm just going to go and tell her. Alexa, timer, 17 minutes. Okay, I'm back. She did hear me because she said second timer. In case you didn't hear that, but she said second timer when I said it again. So first one I said 15 minutes, and as I was walking out I thought actually maybe 17, but anyway, I just find something like cakes is really important not to overcook them. It really, yeah, it makes quite a difference in terms of the taste and the quality of them. So I'm always pretty mindful of that and really careful of that. So back to the washing up. This water now is really horrible. So once that happens, so let's do a bit of drying up while that's happening. Different tea towel today. This tea towel, it commemorates Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee in 2012. And you might notice I haven't actually used it. And it's a rather nice tea towel because it shows you the different years that different things happened, which I thought was rather lovely. Obviously too lovely to use. Now in this time of lockdown, I thought, why not use that tea towel? Because 8 years in the cupboard is probably long enough, isn't it? I don't think I'm alone in doing that. So you can see the different things there. Lift it up. I think this is very nice. I have a feeling First flight Concorde, 1976. That's significant in my family. Not sure how much of that you saw, but I think it's a really, really lovely tea towel. And as I say, really, time to start using it, I think. Yeah, really nice. I think it was probably a gift, I suspect, from my mum. But 8 years ago, I'm afraid. I can't remember exactly. But I imagine it probably was. Okay, right. So, muffins cooking in the oven. I'll just pop these little bits and pieces away. And yeah, as you know, I've got a really small kitchen. It's quite handy. Don't need to move my feet much when I'm cooking. I can empty the dishwasher without moving my feet at all most of the time, which is pretty cool and nice and quick. That's something I've always wondered about, actually. Always wondered. I do have other things on my mind, but I've got what do they call compact dishwashers? Oh no, slimline dishwasher. They're kind of half the size, narrower, in case you're not familiar with that. And what I find, it's very quick and easy to empty. And I think actually when there are larger households and you have a larger dishwasher, it'd probably be more effective actually to have 2 slimline dishwashers. You don't end up with all your stuff in the dishwasher, and also it's not such a huge task to empty it. Because for me, if I'm at somebody else's house, they're kind of emptying the dishwasher, I think, oh my goodness, there's so much stuff in there. It takes a bit of time to do. Although I guess if you're used to it, it probably doesn't feel that time consuming. But I always kind of wonder why, or you know, if it's a reasonable thing to have 2 slimline dishwashers. Perhaps some people have, just not the people that I know maybe. It would obviously be more expensive to have 2. Right, I'm going to wash that again. Okay, so let's get another bowl of water. Do the last few things and go over some of these things which aren't so keen. Always lots of noise today, isn't there? An oven, tap. Not much aeroplane noise, except for when I recorded my relaxation video this morning. If it wasn't 6 o'clock in the morning, I was a bit more awake, I probably would have just started again. But I didn't. I carried on. And actually, what I feel is that we do have interruptions and things to do within our lives sometimes. And that's part of well-being and being resilient is actually working around it, carrying on in an appropriate way. So that's what I did. And you can very clearly hear it on my relaxation video. And I'm saying you feel calm, relaxed and at ease. Noise of a plane powering through the sky. I mean, I don't know who's travelling or what's going on, but there was quite a lot of planes this morning. Maybe that's a good sign. Have a quick look in the oven. Oh yes, they are starting to rise a little bit, so that's a good sign. Okay, so just a few things to do. And there are 2 people who have made the halloumi curry after watching my video, and another one who plans to make it. So that was very encouraging to hear that feedback, especially as it was something which I just did on the suggestion of a friend. I actually didn't even really want to do this out, but I just thought, might as well. So with this, it's pretty clean now really. I do use the brush a little bit sometimes when it's a cake. This week I made a very indulgent Weight Watchers recipe. Molten chocolate and peanut butter pudding. That goes in the microwave. Just has banana, cocoa powder, agave syrup, peanut butter, I think that's all. And it's delicious, so nice. Now if you have it with zero fat yogurt and fruit, I had another banana with it because I've got quite a few bananas at the moment. And so nice, really lovely. So maybe I might do a recipe video for that. Depends on how these go down. Okay. Oops. Ooh. Oh, now that's interesting. I've got a label on my wrist. It says £5. So I can only assume it has come off the new tea towel. £5, that would have been quite expensive 12 years ago. Thanks, Mum. Yeah, it must be where it's from. Can't imagine where else it would have come from. So, you never know what's going to happen when you get your camera out, do you? Hopefully you can hear me over the sound of the oven. Actually, because this is a new tea towel, it's not so absorbent. It'll be better next time after I've washed it. I think sometimes people would wash something like this before they used it. A minor thing really, whilst we have a lot going on around the world and in our own country. Some signs of hope, some signs of progress, returning to, our life is never going to be how it was before this pandemic. There'll be some changes for the good. There'll be some changes which will be more difficult. A lot of loss of lives, health, financial losses, just, all a bit too much to take in really. But doing a bit of cooking, a bit of pea with Joe, if you saw my video about that. There's a lot of things that we can do to help ourselves. Right, so just wipe the surfaces down. Kitchen floor needs a bit of a clean. So usually a cleaner just every 4 weeks. A couple of nice ladies from Molly Maid come round. But of course they're not coming around at the moment. So, might have to do it myself. Actually, there are a lot of videos on YouTube, people clean with me videos. I don't think I'll be doing that, but you never know. Depends how my time goes. If we're stuck in for too much longer, you may well find a clean with me kitchen floor video. Who knows? Right, okay, so let's put these things away. I bet you're thinking, I hope that timer soon goes off. Those muffins are ready. Let me have a look. Yeah, looking alright. And so what I'm going to do now is I'll just put the ingredients away, butter in the fridge. Ooh. Have plenty of these things, mainly from IKEA, I think. Sugar. Yes. Whoops. Sometimes this moves really smoothly and other times it doesn't. Might be me, I think. Okay. That's the sugar. It's the vanilla essence, baking powder. Wasn't on properly. Okay. It's the salt. Now, the flour goes the back of the cupboard. Excuse me a moment. Wipe these surfaces down as well. I can start to smell a bit of a cake smell. So if you're wondering what I'm moving there, I'll just show you. So I think it's called a perching stool. So at times I can hear Alexa. Sometimes I find it difficult to stand for very long. So I have this here in my kitchen. It's really comfortable actually and really does help with the peripheral neuropathy and dystonia I have in my feet. Helps me to manage, but actually at the moment I'm a bit better than usual. Right, Alexa, please stop. I'm pleased that she can hear me from in here, because usually I would kind of go out there. Right. Now I put the timer on for quite a short amount of time, just to make sure I didn't overcook anything. Shall I have a little look? And my sense is that it probably needs 1 or 2 more minutes. You're thinking, oh no, we're not going to have to listen to you, Lisa, for 2 more minutes. I'm afraid, I think you might. Get out my cat chopping board. Put on the baking tray, put this away. What's really nice is that I've cleared everything up pretty much and put my cards back into the drawer. And put the recipe book holder away. I like my surfaces to be really clear. I just find it a lot easier, and I guess as well because I've got quite a small kitchen. Yeah, I need to be able to access the space that I have got. This in here. I'm thinking just a minute or so longer. I have here the wire rack, actually. Like an animal cage or something. Right. Actually, because I did put it on the second time, didn't I? Alexa, please stop. Right, let's have a look how things are doing in here. Let's turn that down for you so you can see. With the fan oven, what I do is I turn it off before I open the door, otherwise you just get this massive kind of hot air blowing in your face, which isn't very pleasant. I'll just then have a quick look to see what I think. That's probably... They're not actually that golden brown on the top, but as I say, it's a cake, little cake on the top. I think that's fine actually. I'm going to give you a closer look because you waited so patiently. So you can see they don't look fantastic, but it's better, I feel, if that will be fine when it's on a plate. That's how I cook things anyway. Different people have different preferences, but it's nice, it will be nice and moist and things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on the wire rack. Oh, I was going to say I should have taken a picture, but I can't really because I'm using the camera for the phone. These do look very, very nice, and I think will be delicious. I will text my neighbour to see if she would like any, and also I'm going to text my friend who's been helping me by picking up essentials of shopping, and also she's got a car, she's picked up some click and collect orders for me. And actually this week, midweek, she came across some tins of tomatoes and tins of beans, salad beans, which I really like, and those kind of things are really hard to get at the moment, and I haven't been able to get tin tomatoes for weeks in London, so so that was a real bonus. So I'll text her and see whether or not she would like any cakes as well, because much as I like cake, I don't really need 9 cakes. But, thank you so much for watching my video, if you're still with me. Let's see, how long is it? Oh, 48 minutes this time. So yeah, thank you for joining me, this cook along video, and I hope it inspires you to do a bit of baking, whether or not you're a novice baker or you do a lot of baking. But the blueberry muffins, very tasty, I do recommend them. I would tend to have them with a bit of plain yoghurt, 0 fat Greek style yoghurt is my preference, and I might even perhaps chop up a banana with it as well, so that it's balancing out a bit of the sugar maybe. I mean, sugar in bananas, but yeah, so I feel that then I'll feel satisfied really to do that. Not that I wouldn't be satisfied with just one of those, but that's just how I tend to have things really. So I think, I mean, I probably wouldn't have 2 of these, but I think if I just had a cake, I might perhaps have another one, maybe not. But yeah, that's what I tend to do, because the banana is 0 points in Weight Watchers Blue Plan, and the 0 fat yogurt is 0 points as well. So thank you so much for watching. There's plenty of other videos on my channel if you've got time on your hands. I do always appreciate it if people click the thumbs up button. I really appreciate that, and it helps me to know whether or not this content is of interest to you. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.